The WNBA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog. Underdog's hooking up new customers. Play just $5. Get $100 in bonus funds when you sign up with promo code NBA SGPN. Yes, sir. We are back with another edition of the WNBA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. No me, no the voice, no guys. Me, really Ralph, from the round Terrell Furman Jr. here at your service. Sorry if I don't sound excited. I'm in mourning, complete mourning. I've actually been in a deep, long depression since game one. Many would think it's because I lost aces lane 3.5 by the hook, but no, it's not. It's actually not. That has nothing to do with it, believe it or not. I couldn't care less about that. Jewel Lloyd had 18 off the bench, and I wasn't on it.
That happens. It's unfortunate.
You understand what has to happen now, right? You understand what has to happen now.
You're going to bet her, and she's going to drop 3.
I'm going to bet her every
happen.
single game.
Yeah.
There's no point in asking. Hey, so are you betting Jewel Lloyd? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. In fact, let me go look. Are there finals MVP odds for Jewel? She's not far.
I mean, I just don't think that's.
She's not far off. She's not.
She's not far off, but she didn't even outplay Dana.
But I'm saying she's not far off. Dana could drop game 2. Yeah. And if Jewel has another 18 in game 2, oh, we're serious. It's not far off. It's not far off. Always. What? Jewel Lloyd. Forever Jewel Lloyd. I will always be with Jewel Lloyd. All right. We got a lot to talk about, Scott. Well, in case you guys didn't know, Scott Studio Right Show. Scott, what's going on? Whoa.
Scotty, beat me up.
Surprise.
Yeah, overall decent game 1 for me. Almost swept the Mercury, blew it. Had the money line. That didn't work out. As for the lock, Asia under half of 3, plus 100. You all called me a madman, and worked out in my favor. So either way, Mercury fell apart. It didn't work out. But game 1 was fine. Aces won a fun game. AT unfortunately broke some free throws in the final minute, and that might have handed the game over to the Aces. But Asia made a couple mid-range jumpers, kept dribbling off the three-point line. She went 0 for 1, the exact amount of attempts I thought she was going to take, and she ended up missing. So I played the math. It worked out. Asia, no threes, plus 100. I'm happy about that play. Felt good.
Jewel Lloyd Finals MVP is 16-1 right now.
Okay.
Whoa. First of all, Dana is still at 100-1.
Okay. All right. That's a bit disrespectful.
Hey, that's wild. No, that's crazy. She's still at 100-1. She couldn't miss. Like, literally couldn't miss. Unreal shot making in game 1. I mean, the shot making Scott, the people that sit here and say the WNBA isn't real hoops, the shot making in game 1 was spectacular. All right. We are going to get to game 2. I mean, yeah, we'll talk about the recap in game 2. We'll get to game 2. But first, before we do that, got to remind everybody, hey, go tap into the SGPN app store, Google Play Store, wherever you get your apps store. Do that. We have all our picks and podcasts over there in SGPN app. All right. Let's see here. Game 2,
you have anything you want to talk about for game 1, or just move on?
We'll talk about it in the breakdown. Let me tell everybody that the Phoenix Mercury are in Las Vegas for game 2 of the WNBA Finals. Aces are laying 2.5 now. Opened up at 3.5. They are currently laying 2.5. 164.5 is the total. Well, Scott, game 1 was, Kalia had 21. Dana had 21. Asia had 21. Straight three-way dead heat tie for points leader right now.
Mhm.
Also, in case anybody was wondering, it's also a tie for rebounds leader as AT ruined my lock of me hitting the lock, but not really like making money for real because it was a dead heat tie with AT for most
Mhm.
rebounds in the game. Just want to throw that out there. So
I know that feeling.
I mean, how many ties and lead changes did we have in that game? Like, what was the final count?
I'm
It
not
was
really
a
sure
back.
because
It
I don't
was
know if we had.
literally, yeah.
It was in the It was in the fourth quarter. It felt like the Mercury were leading for the majority of the game, and then you had a couple lead changes late. So I actually don't know if it's going to be as many as you think, because it felt like the Mercury were up for about 3 quarters, but the Aces were hanging around. The Mercury, I
But it's
believe,
like they
never
were
led by more
up.
than 9.
But it's like they were up, but they were never up big. Like this never became a 2-possession lead.
They were up by
at
a
any point
max
in the
of
game.
9, but they were leading
Yeah.
for basically the entire game. And then the fourth quarter happened, the Aces went on a run, and then they took the lead, and then you had a bunch of chaos for the last couple of minutes.
And it was literally
but
what
not
the
as many
Aces wanna
lead
do.
changes as you think. At least for me.
Let's see here. So it was basically what the Aces want to do. They just hung around, kind of, got to that fourth quarter. They made the push. And then, I mean, at the moment that I thought that, we were coming close to a cover. No, not at all. They continued to just let the Mercury just kind of stick around with them. And it was a back and I felt like it was really a back and forth in that fourth quarter where the fourth quarter was just absolutely completely on fire. And so for game 2, I think I'm interested to see what Nate Tibbetts does. If, like, honestly, truly, if Dana Evans and Jewel Lloyd don't go off again like that, like, it was really rough. You had Jackie Young, who was nicked up, dealing with injuries and cramping. Who was it? I think Jewel rolled an ankle at one point. I think Chelsea rolled an ankle at another point. And they both left the game. Sammy got destroyed and then came back into the game. Like it was a very cool game. I feel like I was looking at the Aces and I'm like, oh man, like, are they going to lose this? I don't think they're going to lose this. They kind of, went and played that fourth quarter how they normally play it and somehow came out with a 3-point win. It's a good call by you plus 3.5 there. I think the Mercury actually have a good shot at getting this the second time around.
Well, you said you were going to go zigzag theory, so that does fit what you originally wanted to do.
But I'm glad that what I saw on tape actually kind of supports as like you said, the Mercury were kind of in control, but it's like they were in control, but the Aces were never letting them get too far ahead. And it was the unreal shot making over the course of the game by Dana Evans, where it was just like big shot 3 here, Jewel Lloyd, boom, boom here. Like Asia did her thing at multiple spots, but it was really more about the two, Jewel Lloyd and Dana Evans off the bench, just being able to give them a spark. And so if that's not all the way on, the Mercury may be able to take this one.
I am going to throw it out there because we're mentioning bench players with Jewel and with Dana. We got to see Les Bonner if you're Phoenix. You just have to. I understand
the misses. They were
time.
You know how they say timely makes. There's
Yeah.
timely makes in a game. She had some very timely misses in that game for the.
She really did. But look, she was a -12. She played 26 minutes. I understand that she's been around the block many times before, and you want that experience. 13 shots, 4 of 13, shot the ball horribly. She had 8 rebounds, which helped. But 26 minutes from some really bad shot selection, and we know some awful defense. I mean, teams have been picking on Bonner the entire postseason, and I thought she was abysmal defensively as well. So I think less is more for Bonner. I understand that as a veteran, she can give you a spark, and we saw Jewel give a spark to the Aces. But at the same point, if you're going to take bad shots, as you said, timely misses, and you're going to be a traffic cone on defense, you can't really play 20-plus minutes in a finals game, as far as I'm concerned. I'm sure you noticed it. They were picking on Bonner left and right because she can't guard anybody. So I think you have to play Bonner less minutes. That was one thing I have to mention, because if we're talking about bench contributions, Dana and Jewel, I thought, won the game for the Aces, which I know you'd agree with. I'm not going to say Bonner lost them the game, but she didn't help. That's all I'm going to say. She really didn't help with her defense and with her bad shot selection. I think you need less minutes for Bonner. Agree or disagree on that?
9 steals in the game for the Aces.
Do you agree or disagree about that? About Bonner playing a bit too much?
I mean, you live with what you get. You understand what you get. I feel like I've seen DeWanna Bonner enough to know that, I mean, she does this. There's games where she completely just doesn't show up at all, and then there's games where she actually looks like third best scorer in WNBA history. Like
at 38, though, do you see many of those games anymore? I'm just not sure you see that much anymore.
Yeah, definitely not as much, but that's what it is. Like
it's a defensive thing for me, though. Like, I understand you're not going to be the same scorer you used to be. You're 38. If you're going to be picked on that often in a very, very competitive game where you have a chance to steal home court, you shouldn't be on the court. I think she should be playing. They could use the boost offensively off the bench, but 26 minutes is massive. I think she's got to be playing somewhere around 15 to 20, personally, unless she's really feeling it offensively. That defense is going to be a thorn in their side the entire series if she plays that many minutes. It's bad watching her play defense. So last point I'll make on her.
All right. So I'm on Mercury. What are you doing?
I'm on the Mercury, too. The Mercury should have won game 1. They robbed me of my plus 150. I mean, Dana and Jewel went crazy, so you could say that some regression is in store. Then again, you mentioned before that Jackie and Chelsea were a bit banged up. Chelsea still had 10 assists, point guard doing point guard things. Jackie was horrible, but
leading the league in assists. I mean, I'm not league. I'm sorry, leading the finals
series
in assists right now. Yeah.
Yeah. AT had 15, 10, and 9, so she's right on her tail, but still. The point is, do I think that we're going to end up seeing 16 of 29 again from Dana and Jewel? The answer is no. Do I think we get 3 for 13 and 0 for 6 from 3 from Jackie? Probably not. But the fact is, AT didn't exactly have a monster game. I know that she ended up having 15, 10, and 9, missed the free throws at the end. Sabali missed the 3 at the end. I thought she played well. Copper had a great first half. Kind of cooled off there in the second half. I do think the Mercury had different areas of success against this Aces defense, which we're really not fans of anyway. We don't really like this Aces defense much in general. I do think a couple of players got hot off the bench, which will happen in home games. If that regresses, which we think it should, the Mercury were really in a great spot. They were leading for what felt like 35 of the 40 minutes in the game. I mean, they were in a great spot. It just fell apart down the stretch. I'll go with the Mercury in game 2. They could have won game 1. I think they get the job done in game 2.
All right. I agree. Plus the points, of course, because an Aces 2-point win still gets us the win. Total's at 164.5, Scott. It ticks down half a point. I think it's moving the right direction. I think this is going to be an under game, despite, again, unreal shot making at times in that game. Like, it's not even that it was negative defense on the most part. And I thought it was also slightly harsh on Bonner. I didn't feel like all of it was bad defense. I thought a lot of it was just, again, unreal shot making at the time of the game. I don't know if it was just the atmosphere of, hey, this is game 1, WNBA Finals. Everybody went getting their bag, but it was a lot of bags that were in. I think everybody's not going to be in that bag second time around. I think the adjustment's going to come around. And I saw it on that last series, that last play by the Phoenix Mercury to try to kind of save the game at some point. And we saw Kia Stokes come in defensively, Scott. And she switched on all 3 of the Mercury's big 3.
People forgot she was still on the team.
All of them. She switched on all 3. She started off on I think she started off on AT, ended up switching over to Khan, then ended up switching to Satu for the last shot, or some other order of that same 3. But she switched on all 3. And it just goes to show that 1, Becky can coach up a good defense. 2, it was very, very good defense at times throughout the game, but the shot making was insane. And so I think here we're going to get the adjustments. It's going to be less of the unreal shots here, more of the up-tempo defense, the commitment, the switching, all of that. And I think that we're going to see a much, much lower scoring game, somewhere like 77, 75 or something like that. So I like the under. That's probably going to be one of my favorite bets of the day.
So I think I'm going to agree with you about the under, but as you mentioned before, I just don't see anything that's that sustainable for the offensive output we saw for the Aces, because Asia had a fine game. I wouldn't say that she lit it up, still had 20-plus points. The fact is, Jewel and Dana went crazy off the bench on a team of 29 from the floor. And you're looking at what the Mercury did. They shot 47% from the floor and roughly 39% from three. I don't think that's sustainable either on the road. So I expect some adjustments to be made. I think that you're not going to see the same efficiency we saw from the three-point shooters off the bench for the Aces and for even the Mercury as just starters in general. Just the fact is they had a lot of shots. And the fourth quarter kind of died in a way. It landed 37. I see that being the type of, I'd say, intensity I'm expecting from the Mercury in this game. I'll go under with you. I don't feel amazing about it like you do, but there were a lot of high-quality shot making, as you said before. And the Mercury on the road shot 39% from three. I don't see that happening again. So give me some regression in general. I think this game lands somewhere in the high 150s, low 160s. I'll go with the under with you.
All right. Player props.
You want to do that
Wait, hold on. Hold that thought. Yeah, hold that thought, Scott. Great. Man, look at you. Look at you.
It's kind of funny, by the way, because I was trying to rush for a baseball show, and they're in extra innings anyway. So I guess it doesn't even matter. But yeah, it's all good. You can do the read.
What? Who's in extras?
The Mariners and the Tigers. They're in extras. So we have to wait for lines for
the
game
Mariners
2.
and the Tigers are in the playoffs?
That's why they put them dead last on the schedule, because nobody cares. But they're playing right now, yeah. I mean, it makes sense. They're in Seattle. They're on the West Coast. So they put them late.
I didn't know. I just
extras.
didn't know.
But the point is, game 2
I didn't
is
know
tomorrow.
The Tigers were good. I thought the Tigers sucked.
Game 2 is tomorrow, so we're waiting for the lines to come out. But that's going to happen after game 1 anyway. So we're just waiting out extra innings. But anyway, sorry. You can do the ad read.
I'm sorry. I thought the Tigers sucked. I didn't know the Tigers were a good
They
team.
fell apart, but they were so far ahead, they got it anyway. That's what happened.
Wow, they must have just had a really good year, because I'm pretty sure the Tigers always. Well, I don't know baseball. MyBookie.ag, your place to bet every single sport, including football, MLB, WNBA, all there. Their motto is bet on anything, anywhere, anytime. Deposit and get lightning pass payouts with cryptocurrency. Head over to MyBookie.ag, promo code NBA. Promo code SGPN for 100% bet bonus up to $500. That is promo code SGPN. We're also brought to you by Novig, America's #1 sports prediction market. Novig is an exchange, so you know you're getting some of the best prices on the market. Novig is available in 35 plus states. So head over there, download the Novig app, and get $50 when you spend just $5 using our promo code SGPN. All right. Now we do player props. Well, I'm going back to the Jackie Well immediately.
Okay. Well, you said she was banged up, though. So how much are you buying stock into the she bounces back compared to injury?
It looked like cramping. It looked like a lot of cramping, and so we'll see. I think she gets some fluids, some rest. She's good. Comes back ready to go, because it was just absurd. And she's not like that. She's normally not like that. Maybe if she does it again in game 2, I might be concerned, but I think she'll be fine here. Still really, really good against this team. Been good in playoffs overall, and been able to bounce back. She bounced back, and she's gone under her prop 3 times these playoffs, and she's bounced back every single game. Well, no, that's a lie. She's bounced back the first 2 games, and then she'll bounce back the third, and so it'll be every single game. Give me over 16.5 points plus money over there.
Do you have anything else you want to take?
Oh yeah. Let's see what else we want to target. I will take. AT's down at 14.5.
She had
I
15.
feel like 15. Yeah, I feel like 15 is her number. I feel like
Yeah.
now it was at 16 and a half last game, and that's why I didn't take it. I felt like it was too low. 15 is about her number. She normally finishes right there at about 15. She's actually at 15 twice against the Aces this season, believe it or not.
Exactly. I mean,
Yeah.
she did miss the 2 free throws. She could have went over by more, but she still had 15. I'm going to go with Clea Copper. I'm going to take her under 5.5 rebounds and assists. She's been going under regularly recently. She's had less than 6 rebounds and assists in 16 of her last 18 games. She had 5 in game 1. You're looking at her numbers against the Aces. She has gone under this number in 3 straight. Minus 130. I like it. Give me Clea Copper with the hit rate. 16 of the last 18 is crazy. Give me under 5.5 rebounds and assists for Copper. Minus 130. I'll start there.
Of course, I'm playing Jewel. Everybody knows that. They're disrespectful. It's only at 10, by the way, Scott. Like, what? 10 points? Come on now.
I have more faith in her to replicate a performance in game 1 than Dana. No offense to Dana, but not a hot take. But I think that needed to be said. I'll go back to Chelsea Gray assists. That's 6.5 minus 118. She had 10 in game 1. She's had at least 10 in 3 of the last 5. At least 8 in 6 of the last 10. I mean, she's playing well. The fact
I
that
think
the points
her
might
and
not be
I think
there,
her and
but
AT are trying to have a pass off or something, like an
could
assist
be.
off, something like that. Like,
I'm fine with that. She's had at least 9 assists in 2 of the last 3 against the Mercury. I mean, we bumped it up from 5.5 to 6.5. She's flying over at this point. I'll take Chelsea assists again. 6.5.
of course, I like Asia to go over, especially because she didn't go over last game. Who else can I? Is there another prop that I could fall in love with? Shout out to Lonte Smith also over the 6.5 assists last game. I mean rebounds last game. That came through late, and it was something that got me off my mind that I did bet Joe Lloyd. I want to get spicy with an under. Let me find an under I like. Anything I can get behind. I would do Satu, but Satu has good games against the Aces. Actually, why am I not betting Satu?
She keeps putting up numbers, so
Yeah,
I'm not gonna
and she shows
assume
up.
she's gonna
And she
stop.
shows up against the Aces.
Yeah.
What's her number at? 17.5. Wow, she's been over that 71. What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of her last 7 against the Aces. I knew she got off against them, but man, all right. And that's interesting. Is there a Dana Evans line out right now?
I saw some people saying that there was a line in the comment section for her, but I didn't
I see
actually
that
look.
7.5.
Okay.
They didn't move it.
They're daring her to do it again. That's basically what happened. But I am going to throw out the hit rate, though. She has had at least 10 points in 4 of the last 6. So that counts for something, I guess.
I don't think I'm willing to fade Dana. I think that she can have 9 points, and the game could be nowhere near as close as what she did last time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's the one to fade. But I need the scoring to be down. I need to rethink this. I need to rethink props today.
I'll mention a sneaky play that's been pretty good recently. I don't mind Satu assists. 2.5 minus 130. She's had at least 3 assists in 5 of the last 7. She had 4 in game 1. She has had at least 3 assists in 5 of the last 7 against the Aces. So I actually don't mind Satu over 2.5 assists at minus 130. That's the last one.
They moved Asia's. Oh wait, no, that's the over. Oh, her under is still at plus money.
For what, the freeze?
Scott, you got to do it again.
I don't know. I feel like
Scott, 4 straight games without a 3. She hasn't had one in 5 of her last 7. Scott, you got to play it again. It's still at plus money.
I know. It's all about the vibes, though. It depends if I'm feeling it or not. She hasn't had a 3 in 6 of the last 8 against the Mercury, but I felt better about it in game 1 than game 2, but she only had 1 attempt. So, yeah, sure. If you want to run it back, it's plus 115. It will not
she
make it
could
to the lock and
potentially-
dog section.
Scott, she could potentially go the series without making one.
It's possible, but I think Asia will make one at some point. But I'll put it this way:
So,
I like the plus
in a
money.
7-game series, do you think? So this is clearly after last game. She didn't. She was 0 for 1, and
Yep.
it's still plus money. So I think we could say
It's actually higher plus money in game 2 than it was in game 1.
there's a good chance that this is going to be plus money throughout the duration of the playoffs.
Yeah, probably will be.
Do you think so? Do you think she's going to hit more in more games than not?
No.
Then
I'm
we
gonna
should
say
be playing. Then we should be playing this every game.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. I find it a little bit interesting that the plus money did go up. It was even money game 1. Now it's plus 115. I find that kind of weird, but I'm fine with it. I think that if it goes 6 or 7 games, you need 4 where she doesn't. I think there will be 4 games in the series where she makes no 3-pointers. So yes, based on that logic, plus 115 makes sense.
I'm curious. Interesting. It really is plus 115. Never would have
Yep.
thought it went that direction. All right. We'll close things out with lock, dog, all of that in just a second. But first, let's build an underdog lineup, Scott. What do you want to? Where do we want to start with this?
Well,
I'm not
gonna
going to
ask,
make us. I'm not going to make
does-
us play Jewel Lloyd.
Does it have AT at 14.5 or 15.5? Because we want that 15.
Yeah, like literally 15 on the dot. AT is 14 and a half.
Okay, we'll go with the higher on that.
She's really got to bounce back after missing those 2 free throws. I could really
Mhm.
see everybody else having a down game and AT being the only one that shows up.
Anything else you are dying to take in this?
Mm,
Do you want to do Asia lower 1/2 a 3-pointer? We can throw it in the underdog entry.
what is it going to be priced? Is it going to be priced right on Underdog? Let me see. It is priced pretty well. We can sweat it at Underdog.
Let's do it. Let's sweat it
All
out.
right. It's there.
Okay.
And then we can go with Chelsea Gray.
Yeah, assist.
Yeah, still at
Let's do
6.5. Why too low?
That works.
She and AT are literally having an assist off. Like they're trying to figure out who's the better passer in this series. Okay. Asia Wilson lower, 1/2 of 3-pointers made. Alyssa Thomas higher, 14.5 points. Chelsea Gray higher, 6.5 assists. It is our underdog lineup. Add all that together, 6.28x $100 get you $628 over there at Underdog Fantasy. Make sure you use that promo code NBA SGPN. We're also brought to you by Rhythm. Weekly cash prizes. If you hop on their leaderboard, all you gotta do is track your bets in the app. Just track 5 bets of the same type from any model you build, and you can win $1,000. Use promo code SGPN25 when you download the Rhythm app and get 25% off your first month. Download Rhythm and use promo code SGPN25. All right. I mean, I guess I hit my lock last time, but like
it counts. Kind of. I lost money with
it doesn't
Big
count
Bank
for me.
before.
It doesn't count with me. It doesn't. Lock under 164.5.
Okay.
Game two under, Scott. They always make the adjustments. The game goes under, especially when it went over the first time. Let's do it. For my dog, I want a good dog. I want a really good dog. Need to be sharp about this. She was very close to a triple-double. I shouldn't go that route, though. Wow. Slightly harder than I thought to get a dog that I really like. So, what we're going to do, we're going to take Mercury, knot up the series 1-1, because zigzag theory, Scott.
Okay. That's not a big enough plus money price, though. You know that.
I know. But we are going to add it with, should I just go with AT or should I reverse correlate? Because I do feel good about Jackie. And it's about $100. It's $100 difference.
I'm going to let you figure that out. You're on your own journey.
You know what? Let's just get on board. AT, 15. 15 is the number. That's literally her number. That's like SGA when SGA was getting 31. When SGA just kept dropping 31, 31, 31. 15 is her number. Like, it's her number. We were waiting on this number. This is the number we were waiting on. 16.5 was way too much. 14.5 is where it needs to be. AT over 14.5 points. And Mercury on the money line, plus 230.
All right. So for mine, for my lock, I'm going to go with the Copper, under 5.5 rebounds and assists. Said it before, she has gone under in 16 of her last 18 games. I think that's hit rate speaks for itself. Minus 130 on the under, Copper, 5.5 RA, I mean. That's going to be my lock. For my dog, Chelsea Gray, over 7.5 assists. Short, to the point, pretty effective. As you mentioned before, she's trying to compete with AT for who's the best passer. Plus 164. I like the price. I'll take that as my dog.
Great dog, Scott. Great dog. Didn't even think about it. Great dog. All right. Anything else for people before we get up out of here?
Not really. If you want some baseball thoughts, I'll do a baseball pod, potentially solo, in like 20 minutes, because Lonte's computer for us. So I might be going solo for the MLB pod. So if you want some baseball thoughts, you know where to find me.
Well, hopefully Lonte computer unfreezes. He's at Rush already. I'm at really __. Make sure you give us a follow at wrong at SGPN NBA. There we go, at SGPN NBA on X. Give us a follow. NBA is around the corner. YouTube.com/NBA Gambling Podcast, and give us a 5-star rating and review wherever you get your podcast for the WNBA Gambling Podcast. With that, yeah, I gotta say, Scott, a lot of people don't realize this, but that last game, Asia Wilson passed Maya Moore in their first, 7 or 8 seasons, whatever the number was, for playoff points. In 4 less games at that. A lot of people don't want to say she's GOAT. But I don't know, man. She keeps making a bigger and bigger case every